David Adeleke, the award-winning Nigerian musician popularly known as Davido, expressed his frustration with the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) regarding the Edo State governorship election process. And guys, Davido called on the Electoral Commission to address issues, citing his previous experience in Osun State. He went to his X account where he called on INEC to fix it up, that we cannot continue like this. And many people were wondering, all of a sudden, Davido is interested in the Edo State election. How come? People were now asking questions, raising questions. And then Davido had to reply those asking questions that his mom is from Edo. That is for those wondering why he is so interested in the election. But we as Nigerians should be concerned. And then called out INEC, saying, shame on you, that he knows how many times he had to come out and rant before they got it right in Osun. It is really bad. God help us. And Davido's outburst came after he responded to the Deputy Inspector General of Police, Frank Mba's suggestion that voters should return home immediately after casting their votes. And Davido said, for where that nobody should leave the polling unit, oh, everybody should mount their guard. You see, Frank had urged Edo residents to exercise their civic duty and then head home immediately after voting, where he announced a restriction on vehicle movement from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday. So he said that if you are not accredited to participate in the election, then there is no need for you to come out on the streets. Just those that are accredited should come out and cast their votes and then return home. So reacting to this statement, Davido, who is very conversant with the People's Democratic Party, expressed a differing opinion, suggesting that voters should remain at their polling unit. So Davido said, "Lo, go where?" Because he knows what will happen if the people should leave. So Davido, whose mother hails from Edo State, had earlier declared his support for the PDP candidate Asue Iodalo in the lead-up to the election. And we know that Davido is a strong supporter of the People's Democratic Party. So it is no doubt that Davido will, it's not a surprising thing that Davido came out to call the INEC, called out INEC over the election hiccups, and noted that we cannot continue like this. And I'm sure he was calling out INEC over their delays because at Asue Yodalo's polling units, the INEC officials were about 2 hours to 2 hours 30 minutes late before they arrived. So Davido slammed INEC officials over the delay of election materials and the officials in the Edo State election, not only in Asue Yodalo's polling unit, but also in some other polling units. So he expressed his dissatisfaction on the late arrival of election materials and called out INEC to fix it up, that we cannot continue like this. Like, Davido gave a history of how he did not sleep in the Osun elections, that he did not sleep. We recall that Davido's uncle, Ademola Adeleke, is the governor of Osun State. And during the election, that's the Osun governorship election, Davido was present in Osun State. Davido campaigned for the PDP. He rallied with his uncle to several local governments, campaigning with his uncle and all of that. So during the election, Davido explained his ordeal, how they did not sleep. The people of Osun State did not sleep for 3 days. So he called out to Edo people that they should not sleep, that everybody should mount their guard because anything can happen at the wee hours of the night. You see, because of these delays election materials and also the arrival of INEC officials, INEC had to announce the extension of voting time in some areas that commenced voting late at the Edo governorship election. Yes, they had to extend the voting time of some polling units where they were inadequate power supply and some other stuffs that delayed the election. So my country people, this is Davido calling out to INEC where he said INEC is the most dangerous institution in Nigeria. Guys, some persons also lashed Davido on Twitter, where he described INEC as the most dangerous institution. And he also talked about his mother, hailing from Edo State. That's why he's keen on this Edo election. People were now concerned that had it been Davido's mother did not hail from Edo State, would Davido had been concerned? Would he be concerned about the Edo State election? Would he express this worry over the elections? Or is it because his mother hails from Edo, that's why he's so concerned? Well, I guess so. I guess Davido is so concerned over the election because he gave his reasons that his mother hails from Edo State. And as a Nigerian, he's concerned about the Edo election. So my country people, this is it. Davido versus INEC today. No be small thing dey happen for social media. Some persons really joined Davido in slamming INEC because of their conduct in the Edo election. Now let's come back to what Davido said, that INEC has failed this country and how INEC is a terrible institution. Well, I guess Davido has joined the many Nigerians that have concluded that INEC is not a credible election and is so far one of the most dangerous institutions in Nigeria. You see, after INEC, the judiciary is also tagged as one of the most dangerous institutions in Nigeria. INEC and the judiciary alongside the Nigerian police, because it seems that these bodies are totally compromised. They go for the highest bidder, according to Nigerians. So guys, I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts on this in the comment section. Thank you.